This is our first podcast. We're probably going to screw up something, but if we do, just go with it. Alright?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, first person we're interviewing, talking to, having a conversation with today is Clandening. Yep, amateur fighter. Dude, we've known each other since how long have we known each other? The days.
Lobelville Elementary.
Dun, dun, dun.
Elementary days.
Yeah, heck yeah. So we've known each other for a long time, man. And
in years.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I think with I don't know, man. Growing up, it's just, I think it's crazy to think of where we're both at right now. I think it's nuts, man.
And that we both ended up in Dixon. How random is that?
That's nuts, dude.
The great melting pot of the South. Dixon, Tennessee. Just everybody ends up in this little hub. Yeah, it's like the closest thing you got to Perry County that's got anything to offer.
Yeah.
Anything whatsoever.
Dude, I remember, in high school, we would drive, make a whole freaking weekend of it, pretty much. Just, drive up to Dixon. Yeah. What are you doing? Going to freaking Walmart, man.
Bowling alley.
Yeah. Just dude, oh my god. But, well, yeah, man, so you've got a fight coming up. Yes,
and I am excited, to say the least.
Yeah. What, do you know who all is going to be on that card, or they're,
It's a local card for the Warriors Den. Jose Rodriguez is throwing it. I think it does 4 shows a year, something like that, and they usually stay typically the same dates every year, like April, November, some in between that. I couldn't tell you exactly, but he's got a little routine plan he's got.
Yeah.
A bunch of local fighters. He signed I think he's got 3 or 4 professional fighters out of his gym.
Yeah.
Up and coming. He's really showing out here recently. He's really showing all these local promoters how it's supposed to be done. He's really taking care of his fighters. He's training them too. And it's the Warriors Den.
Yeah.
They stand by their name.
Dude, I've heard so much about that, man. I don't know. I've heard a lot about the Warriors Den. I gotta go in there and actually check it out more. But I've heard so much.
I've been training for quite a while now, and I've been to many gyms, from Kentucky to Alabama, Tennessee, just spread out everywhere. Went to actual jiu-jitsu academies. No training has compared, the cardio and the endurance that they really exercise over there. No one can compare it. Yeah, none of them I've been to can compare to what they're doing over there. Yeah. Everybody support Warriors Den.
Freaking Warriors Den.
So do the other gyms just specialize in different things, or are they just too general, or what makes the Warriors Den so special?
What really strikes them with me is a lot of the places I've been to. I'm not going to knock traditional martial arts. I'm not going to knock it at all. It's really
each thing has its own place.
Yeah, exactly. And as for what I'm looking for, and as for fighting in the cage or anything like that, they provide the best training.
So it's just the whole mixed martial arts experience as far as the training for the cage. It's specifically for that fighting.
Not only that, he actually does traditional martial arts. If I'm not mistaken, he does Aikido. He does a lot of traditional aspects inside of martial arts. But the classes I've been going to, man, I've been to gyms that tried to do the same thing. That same type of style class, but nothing like what they've got going here. And don't get me wrong, not everybody in there is a fighter. Not everybody in there is going to fight in the cage or anything like that. It's, you're liable to run into the 30-year-old guy that just got off work just looking to exercise. Yeah, but still, he's going just as hard as all the other fighters in there, and they're pushing him to do that. It's just kind of a lifestyle for them.
So you fit into a specific, brotherhood in a way.
Yeah,
right?
In a sense, yeah. They
everyone's helping everyone else, and
the first day I went there, man, I've never been treated with so much respect. Treated like a family member. Everybody just takes you in, no matter what your background is, what your experience level is. If you first day ever doing it, they're going to treat you with as much respect as they got their professional fighter in there.
That's very good. I like to hear that.
Do y'all spar, as far as whenever y'all are doing sparring sessions and stuff, do y'all, the professional fighters, do they spar with the amateurs? Or
I think a lot of gyms need to encourage that more, because with your professional fighters, they ain't going to go in there and try to knock out some fresh guy, they're going to have enough patience, leeway, and enough chin to be able to take take a couple licks and still be able to teach that guy or girl, whatever have you, across from you.
He told me about a chick that when I came in there, just wanted to do kickboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
pretty good.
Yeah. I like.
What happened though? You said that we were like sparring with her and she might have gotten a lick on you.
Yeah, she did. She did. Jose told me she wanted to kickbox, and I went over there expecting her to be fresh and new, and she had enough technique to throw a kick right in my jaw.
Jesus.
I was not
going for head kicks.
I was not expecting it. I looked at him. He's like, "Don't be afraid to pop her." I said, "I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm
yeah.
Give me a shot here."
Yeah, for real, man. My God.
She did. She laid one.
That's like head kicks. I mean, in sparring, I think that's like that's going out, man. That balls out on you.
Yeah. I don't advise it. You know, there's a lot of things. I think you should tone it down during sparring just because all the recent studies they've had. Just
not
massive
trying to kill each other.
Yeah, there's no reason to get a head injury at practice.
Yeah.
But to each their own, I reckon. You know, you're in charge of how hard you train, and if the guy across from you can take it, then give it to him.
Yeah. Well, like they say in like Daniel Cormier, like his gym, they said that they're just like.
What's his gym called?
Thinking.
Is it American Kickboxing Academy?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're rough on their fighters.
Yes,
man.
I mean they're plagued with injuries constantly. I mean Cain Velasquez.
I was about to say it's the gym Cain Velasquez went to, and I remember him saying the same thing.
Back injuries, neck injury. I mean, just across the board, their fighters have just been known to not be able to make their fights because of training too hard.
And see, that's a really hard thing that hard barrier to cross when you're in there, because you just don't know the definition of hard sparring.
Yeah.
To the guy across from you.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know,
unless y'all are like been partners, I guess, for a while.
Yeah, and it really takes some experience to be able to tone it down. And, like, just be able to register it so quickly. It was like, oh, well, this guy's 70 pounds bigger than me. Maybe I need to throw a little harder on this guy. But then you got somebody right next to him that's just right the same weight class. It's just hard to jump around. So, I mean, I can see how injuries happen, so, more than they have to. But if they're happening that much, like at APAC, there really needs to be some coaching in just that, like how to
But then, like, dude,
maintain.
They produce, like, Daniel Cormier. I mean, like,
so
they've got some
monsters.
Yeah, they've got some dudes out there, but, like, at the same time, it's like, geez, man, like, so is that the right way to train, or is that just a fluke, like, that these dudes came out of that? It's kind of like throwing you in the fire.
But how many prospects have they got rid of just through injury?
I'd be interested in knowing, like, who all left their gym and became successful in another gym. Like, they couldn't cut it in that gym, and you know what I mean? Like,
and still
gym.
rose to fame.
Yeah.
I'd
be interested in seeing that.
There's some hard hitters in that gym, though.
Dude, no joke.
And a lot of good wrestlers. A lot of good wrestlers.
I watched them more in like the UFC Embedded that happened during the Stipe in Uganda fight, because Daniel's camp was on that Embedded. And that's the first time that I really got to see, like, it's a small gym, dude, and there's just like, but I mean, they work their dudes, like, they just, it's nuts. It's a small gym though. But so we actually watched UFC 221 together. What's your take on that Romeo knockout?
It's intense.
Yeah,
it was quick.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I took a bite of my chicken wing and I looked up and it was over. I was waiting for the replay.
Dude, I was like, I was watching it because the screen was over here. I was watching the fight, and then I like look over and you're like, ha! Like, he just looked so like, it was like such a violent knockout, dude. He just came out of freaking outer space and just like
that uppercut.
But that's what Romero is good at, though. Like, in all of his fights, if you watch him, he plays the slow game. Like, he lulls them into this, like, false sense of security in a way, because he will start out real slow and then just, and then he explodes on them. And you just don't see it coming. And I think that's what has helped him win a lot of his fights. It's explosive athleticism that he hides behind this curtain.
Yeah,
he does a lot of feeling out.
Yeah,
He really
and
does.
I mean, and his feels are rather slow. Like he'll just just reach out and touch you, reach out and kick your leg a little bit, and then just out of nowhere he'll nail you.
Dude, first round and second round him, like, it was totally different. Like, he definitely, like, he lulls you into a false sense of security. You're like, oh, it's going to be an easy fight. Like, I'm just going to be kind of, like, filling this dude out. But the first round, that's all they were doing, just tagging, kind of, like, filling it out. And the second round, he came out freaking balls out, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he did.
And who sets, like, I saw this, dude. He freaking set that up with a cross to the knee. Who does that? He had a freaking
Benson
cross.
Henderson style,
I know,
right?
man.
Exactly. Yes, he made that famous. Just punching him in the leg. I think it just throws the person's mind off. They're like, "What are they doing?"
Oh god. Yeah, dude. I was so like watching it. It didn't really strike me, and then watching the replay, I was like, "Holy crap!" He just freaking like crossed the dude in the leg, and then just
set it up.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. So okay, being a fighter in the local area. What do you think, like, getting prepared for a fight, cutting weight, since, like, I guess it's relevant right now with Romero missing weight. I mean, do you got any tips for cutting weight? Do you have any technique that you do?
Do it healthy. Do it healthy. Don't dehydrate yourself. Don't do this fast cut that everybody tries to do. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Tried it, been there, take my word for it. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, you told me about, like, that last cut that you did. I mean,
and I didn't want to go that route, but a week before I tore my back out pretty bad, and I thought I was going to have to drop out. I should have dropped out of the fight. I should have, but I didn't. And I did make a 12-pound cut within 48 hours.
That's crazy, man. My God.
It's not crazy. It is stupid.
Yeah.
It is, like, there was a chick that died doing the same thing that week. I read it in the headlines the next day, and I was like, oh.
What did you do? How did you cut weight?
Oh, well, I was working, and so we was inside, so I was able to adjust the thermostat and everything. I had a sauna suit, trash bags, hoodie, anything you could round up.
Looking like a freaking Eskimo.
Didn't eat, didn't drink for 2 days.
Jesus.
Sit in my truck on my spare time with the heater blasting.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Killing myself.
Yeah. Were you working with that stuff on the whole time?
Yes.
Like just normal work day?
Yes, I was not backing out of this fight. I was not. I hadn't fought before then since 2013.
Yeah.
Was not backing down.
Happening.
I couldn't do it. And then a complete slap to the face to get to weigh in to find out my guy isn't there.
Yeah.
And then he shows up 12 pounds heavy.
How do you miss weight 12 pounds? Like, that's just not trying.
Yeah,
like,
you just
don't.
You didn't even go for it. Yeah.
As far as performance wise, how does the performance compare between like say a healthy weight cut and then just the weight cut that you just did?
It's a world of difference. It's I mean, after that kind of weight cut, your body's just physically drained. And everything you're taking in right after that, all the nutrient, like, you're going to get done, eat a quick meal, I chug Pedialyte, and everything you're taking in right there, your body's still working on overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
it's just, your body's going to be tired regardless if you try to make that cut. And for me, it took like a week to recover, not from the fight itself, just from the weight cut. Yeah. And
so the weight cut itself was a lot worse than...
And on top of the muscle tear that I had, the injury... for a muscle to heal, you have to have, H2O and oxygen just constantly running through that and pumping through. And, it was just dry as a bag of bones. It was fight come around, and as soon as I got inside his guard, I just locked up. I couldn't move, and, you could blame whoever you wanted to, but at the end of the day, it's the fighter that cut the weight's fault.
Dude.
I should have stayed hydrated.
It was still nasty, though, man. The way that ended, dude. Like, I remember sitting there and, like, first, just the way he, like, illegal blows to the back of the head continuously. That was brutal to watch.
Yeah, that was... I tried to tell the ref that they didn't, but I was dazed. I was sitting there.
Yeah. And then, after that, and then you go to touch his glove. Dude freaking fakes a glove touch and does a flying knee. I was like, that... Dude...
That's the beauty of being in the cage, though. Like, I hate that he did that, but I love that it's not against the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're in there to fight.
That's true.
Yeah,
Sportsmanship's kind of
touch gloves and sportsmanship is at a fighter's discretion. If he didn't want to, and my hand was up, that's an open shot for him. Win's a win as far as I look at it. I can't take that away from him. He won the fight.
It's cool that you can look at it that way, because like me, I'm like, oh god, I just like want to smash it in his face. But like that's humbling that you're like that you look at it like that. I think that's really cool and shows like a love for your sport. I think that's really cool too.
Yeah, because I'm usually a guy that don't tap gloves. You know, he held his hand up, I held mine up.
Shows that you were Dave's then, man. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely were rock from just, like... yeah, we're not waiting.
Not risking it.
Yeah.
I've seen too many
well, I guess stories. From here on out, you probably definitely...
Never going to touch another glove. I'll save that for after the fight.
Yeah, dude's like a...
Yeah.
Dude's like a preacher or something like that that's just in the cage for, like, hobbies, and you're like, not touching gloves, bro.
Save that for later.
Yeah.
Save that for later.
So as far as emotion goes, you're pretty. Are you? Do you let them affect you inside of the octagon, or do you?
No.
I mean, do you get mad? Does that help you?
No, I've a firm belief. I've been in trouble, in and out of trouble all my life, and a lot of it due to anger. Anger has put me in positions that caused me a lot of trouble, a lot of money, a lot of trouble. So I found my outlet in mixed martial arts. I found that anger
that allows you to
allows me to get the aggression out, but not get mad.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned is the guy that gets mad in the gym. And, everybody's different. You're liable to run into some guy that's going to get mad and still have all that strategy. Me, if I get mad, I black out. And you hear that a lot with people. Like, I can't do that stuff. I'll black out. I don't know what I'll do. You're probably going to get slapped around a little bit because the guy across from you is not mad. He's calm, he's collective, and he's gathered in his thought. He's sitting there waiting for a moment like that. Yeah. So I don't recommend it. I don't recommend sitting there and getting your coach to slap you in the face a couple times.
Yeah. That's interesting to hear that, man, because you don't hear a lot of people talking about that. Most all you hear about is just like, oh, yeah, the crap talking that, like, the UFC promotes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you see a lot of that, like, they'll go in all just like an animal, and the next thing you know, they're laying on the mat. Yeah. Just cold as a wedge, and the other person across from them.
Yeah.
Collective, calm.
As can be, exactly.
I've seen this coming.
It's kind of like that. Was it Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor?
Yes.
Seriously got his head, just dropped
13
him
seconds.
Jose Aldo was my favorite fighter of all time.
He
charged like a bull, and he messed up. His own momentum knocked him out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was honestly part of Conor McGregor's game plan.
Exactly.
I mean, he does it in every single fight, and I mean, in my opinion, it's a smart game plan because if you can't handle that mental aspect of the fight, that's part of the fight. You know, your mind is with your body. Yeah. So I mean, if you can do that to another fighter and get them mad and make them get off their game plan, then I think that all is fair.
If you know a guy's mad across from you, it really narrows his what you think he's going to do. His game plan is really narrowed down if he's mad. Because, I mean, what's he going to do if he's mad? He ain't going to charge in, try to pull guard and submit you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to come in with like his strong hand forward.
Yeah. And he just wants to put it against your face.
Yeah, all you got to do is circle around. Next thing you know, they're tired. Their adrenaline dumped. Yeah. And you won the fight.
So, coming off of your last fight, what is your game plan for this one? I mean, obviously, a healthier weight cut.
Well, I'm with a lot better. I got a lot better deal going on, I tried to open my own gym in Perry County, and that fell through. That fell through hard, and it turned out to be me and the same guy that's been doing this. The person I started with, Colton Woods, started in 2010. And don't get me wrong, he's a good training partner, very good training partner. But we've been together so long that for him to be so much bigger than me and me to be so much smaller than me, it turned into a chess match every time, and it's always just nothing. Like, we was progressing to nowhere. We only know so much. Don't get me wrong, we've been doing it for a while, and we know enough to teach some basics, teach some slightly advanced stuff, but besides that, we really didn't need to be coaching. We just kind of shot for the stars. We did something in Perry County. Our original coach, fell through on us. Tried to hire a wrestling coach. He was too far out. But there was no benefit for me. He's straight up kickboxer. I want to go into mixed martial arts. So the training was not there. With the guys I'm training with now, I got so many different sizes of people, so many different levels of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I just get a full, like, it feels like I'm back in a, I am back in a gym.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing here, there's a coach over there, Jason Blackford.
Mm-hmm.
And he, well, like last week, he was, kind of giving nutrition advice and stuff like that. I've never had that.
Dude, I think that's
never
awesome.
had that.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that is vital to this sport is nutrition.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go and fight somebody just religiously every day of the week, training, fights, whatever.
The right fuel to do it.
Yeah, and you can't be doing that on Snickers bars and French fries from McDonald's, You just can't do it.
Yeah.
You need to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been trying to do that a lot more, cut out snack foods completely.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot more water.
So
I just think overall, just my biggest game plan for this is I've got a lot of the technique I need.
Mm-hmm.
Still learning every day, don't get me wrong. But just being healthier.
Do you feel like, are you having to drop a lot for this fight?
No, not at all really this time. I'm walking around about 137. I'm going to fight at 125 this time. I was walking around about 144 pounds right before I started cutting weight last time.
And then your fight's in
April 21st.
And then, do you have do you have an idea, or has your coach talked to you about how far out are you going to start cutting that weight to getting there?
I think I'm just going to slowly start stepping it. Just kind of cut out here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 weeks of the fight, I'd like to be no more than 7 pounds over.
Yeah.
So give me 2 weeks to drop 7 pounds. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Man, I mean, it's just I was seeing something the other day, like T.J. Dillashaw. He previously had been cutting a lot of weight, but he's on a meal prep plan now where people like you can buy weeks in advance and they just ship you breakfast, snacks, lunch, and dinner.
It's the way to go.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, if I had the money to do that right now, that's exactly what I would do.
It's expensive. I did a month worth of meal prep when I lived in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Did you prep it yourself, or did you buy it from somewhere?
This place I went, man, is it's called Ruler Foods or something like that. But you go in, it's just like you go into a gas station, you see the Pepsi coolers and stuff. It's like that.
Yeah.
But they've got locally grown beef, locally grown eggs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And you walk in and you get what you want, or you can go to this food prep section and you order what you want by weight. And this guy actually sits there with containers and divvies it up for you.
What?
Yes.
We need something like that here, dude. That needs to happen. That's freaking awesome.
That was the coolest. I never felt so good. Just the overall convenience.
Were you whenever you went in there, did you talk to them about the nutritional value of what you were eating and stuff like that?
In my head, I had this own self-deluded idea that I knew what the hell I was talking about. Yeah. And that's not the case.
That's most people in this world, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, I just need that right there.
Well,
that looks good. I need that.
You have your basic, meat and greens and stuff like that. So.
I didn't really have no actual...
Yeah. There's a couple of websites now that do that, actually, that pretty much... And I don't know how in-depth they get with you as far as just your personal nutritional plan. I think that would be freaking awesome if somebody would come out with just there's maybe a premium account that you could do or something like that where they talk you through where you want to be at, what your weight is right now, your body fat percentages, and what you're looking to get out of the program, and then just buy it by the month
that would be perfect. Pay a monthly subscription or something.
Yeah, and then takes the guesswork out of it, man. I mean, seriously, dude, for me, nutrition's a huge thing. I really get into it. I've read tons of books on it, and I just still feel even with all the knowledge that I've gained from nutritional books and just tons of reading on it, I still feel I'm lost, man. I'm what the hell do I do? Still, I know that eating a salad, obviously, is going to be better for you than just smashing out some fried foods. Yeah. But, besides that, you really got to do blood tests. You've got to do, urine tests and stuff, too, just to figure out, what's working with your body. And it's so personal, what might be good for me might not be good for you,
Yeah.
might not
Right.
be good for Chris. So
That's a huge aspect. I mean,
That's a mistake with a lot of people too, though. They see the salad, they want a salad. They'll go to McDonald's and get a salad.
yeah.
I mean, it really matters what kind of salad you're getting, because
Yeah.
these salads you get from McDonald's are loaded down with sugar and sodium. They're just as bad for you as they are good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be sitting there like the idea of a salad is to take a lot of that, take the sugar out, take a lot of the sodium out. I mean, obviously with toppings and stuff, you're gonna get some sodium in there, but not. When you're eating a piece of lettuce, you shouldn't be getting as much sodium content as you are in a McDouble.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they hook you. That's how all these fast food places hook you. Oh, eat a healthy salad or this healthy parfait.
It's just choosing the lesser of the two evils. I
Yeah.
mean, they're both bad. It's just maybe one might be less bad, and people get on this idea of where they're like, well, I'm choosing the salad over the hamburger.
Yeah,
We'll
It's
post this one
still
on
not
Instagram and I look like a fat slob.
yeah, exactly. Dude, I mean, like, there's so like in Dixon, they've got a Dixon Farmers Market, and like right now, it's probably not doing anything just because it's like winter months. But I mean, they do winter stuff, but it's not as obviously full as their summer months. But I think it would be awesome if somebody just got together, like a lot of those local growers of like vegetables and food and stuff like that, got a meal prepping thing together and just freaking put that out, like make Dixon healthy.
But
Yeah,
to be
or
honest
something like
with you, Dixon is one of the most unhealthy,
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, cities or counties that you can think of. Like, I mean, I work for Nabisco, and, like, the Dixon Walmart just sells tons of Oreos.
Dude, I forget.
And like, I worked for Coca-Cola, and it was the same thing. Like, I can't remember what the actual numbers were that they ran, but between Coca-Cola and then also Nabisco, like, selling products, but the Dixon Walmart is like the highest selling Walmart as far as snack food goes in the country.
Yeah.
Because of, I mean, like, it would be getting on a whole new level of subject, but like there's a lot of people who are on welfare and stuff because it's kind of like one of those types of areas. But I mean, all they do is just buy sodas and candy and chips and cookies. So like,
not really caring too much about like the nutritional value. Of
no, not at all. And because it's cheap, they're always on sale. Like freaking
Easy and quick.
Yeah.
12 packs. 4 for like however much the price is, and like I don't know, just. It would be hard to bring in something like that to this area.
And that's the thing too, like talking about that, like price of nutritional foods, like it's so much. And I watched this thing the other day. Like this person posted like an entire buggy of groceries that they bought, and it was all like health, fresh foods and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, you're not going to be able to eat all that stuff before it's expired. You know what I mean? Like, dude, literally, bought a whole freaking thing full of just like there's like fresh squash and fresh like. Lettuce and stuff like that.
And they market all that junk just so much cheaper than all this
dude.
health food.
Yeah,
it's like it's so expensive to eat healthy.
It is.
It really
you
is.
can buy $60 worth of like health food and have like enough for like maybe the week, and you can buy $60 worth of junk food and be set for like almost a month.
Very true.
Yeah, and especially,
It's
if we're
wild.
talking ramen noodles here, you spend $60 on ramen noodles, you're literally
You're set for like the year,
It's like meal prep for like
a pack a day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, well, there you go, man. So what your fight coming up is in April, and you know where it's going to be at yet?
It's going to be at the Dixon VFW.
Yes!
Again. Yes.
Friggin' stoked.
Yeah, I like not having to travel for a fight. This is very convenient.
Because you're already acclimated to the environment that you're living in.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to sit there and like breathe in different air or like.
Yeah, I just despise, like, the worst feeling ever is having to make a long trip, just starving. You're passing all this like different food. You're like, oh, that sounds good.
Friggin'
That
Denny's.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2.5 more hours of looking at this tuna. Like, I really want to eat it.
Yeah.
No,
my God.
like I sit there and lay in my bed, just miserable, most comfortable, miserable I'm gonna be. So I can just head straight to the fight.
Yeah, man.
So.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, man. So, alright, I got another question for you. You recently got UFC 3.
Yeah, it's the hardest game I've ever played. The hardest UFC I've ever played. I'll say
pretty good.
that.
What fighter are you making? Are you going through your career mode?
Yeah, I'm well-rounded.
There you go.
At 125.
Yeah.
And I was on normal mode, and I spent about 48 hours just periodically like, I'm never going to win this first fight. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I just waste my stamina.
Yeah.
And I was getting submitted, and I was like, Jesus.
Dude,
I switched it to easy, and I'm just wrecking through the division.
Yeah, they're haymakers. Dude, I found like in that game, the submission is such. Have you done like there's a submission tutorial you should do, dude?
Yeah,
like, it was so freaking ridiculously hard to get out of them. Even on easy mode, I was like getting submitted by people, and I was like,
and it like I know it's like a little mini game,
yeah,
but it really holds a lot. The idea of it,
yeah,
the idea they're trying to portray is it really makes sense, and you get so much you get such full control of your character.
Yeah, yeah,
like
it's awesome, dude.
From every limb to your head, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, the footwork part on there.
One thing I did notice about it is the actual movements of the fighters, like punches and kicks, and how they maneuver in the octagon is very realistic.
And not only that, how they react,
yeah,
like how they take a punch.
I mean, it's crazy that they can they can simulate that in a game so well, to the point that it looks so real. Like, I mean, just the reactions, even their facial expressions when they're like throwing punches and stuff.
What blows my mind about it is how they do so well at capturing the personality and the movements of an actual person.
The fighters, I mean, it's so accurate.
One thing I will say is, dude, I was like, alright, I'm going to make me, of course, the first time you go through it, you're going to make yourself. And, dude, the beard choices, they have none. They haven't seen, Amish beard or nothing.
I thought the same thing about hair.
Dude, I was like, what the hell are you doing, man?
I mean, I got a pretty common haircut.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not really hard to...
And they didn't have it on there?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was
That's a lot of games, though. I feel like their hairstyle choices are just, they've been the same since, 1999 in video games.
Old school WWE versus NWO.
Yeah, they don't have any variations of hairstyles. It's like pigtails and a ponytail.
I mean, unless you're Bret Hart. The Bret
Hart
Hart hairdo is on every game. every game.
Yeah.
Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, they all had that oily locks, you know?
That one
like the death lock or the metal lock.
I mean, he's got to be the happiest man ever when he plays a video game.
He's like, here, right here.
Here I am.
Or actually preloaded character.
Yeah, you just pick one of the pre-made characters and there you go, it's Bret Hart.
There I am.
Yeah, but dude, I'll tell you, the actual story of that, I freaking love that story. It was just cool. Like, you fight your way from WFA all the way through just the ranks, your unranked, your top 15, your top 5, and then your...
I like the rival.
Yeah.
The little section on the bottom there. I thought that was cool.
And dude, I'll tell you, how far have you gotten in there?
I am around 7 fights in.
Yeah.
You got 3 WFA, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 3.
And then after that, you're trying to, I think you're unranked.
Fight the Dana White's Find the Fight.
Oh, yeah.
And you do that one in the WFA, and then you move in.
Dude, but I think it really starts the first UFC.
Guy I used to train with is training at the Mayweather Senior Gym. So who hooked me up with it?
So I'm pretty sure that's actually where Roy Nelson is training now.
Really?
For this upcoming fight Friday.
Is he gonna be at light heavy?
Who, Roy Nelson?
Yeah.
No, he's in the Bellator heavyweight tournament.
It's Friday, man. What are you guys doing Friday?
I'm working, but I don't know what time. I don't know what time I'll go off.
Yeah.
Got nothing planned.
Roy Nelson, man.
But I mean, dude, Roy Nelson looks good.
See, I was about to say, the last I heard about him, he was trying to make a cut down to light heavy, and I seen a picture of him. I was like, he looks better than I've ever seen.
Good. And I mean, he's been training at that Mayweather gym, and his boxing looks better. He looks great. I mean, I think he's definitely in there for somebody.
Roy Nelson was one of the best fighters in there.
Who might win the tournament.
And it was just his out of shapeness. Everybody's like, oh, he's a good fighter, and he can do this. But he would have been he could have been the best fighter in the UFC if he was just healthy.
Yeah, if he were working.
Because them hands, could you imagine them hands at light heavyweight? There ain't no one's got hands like that.
Yeah.
There ain't no one that has a chin like that.
Yeah.
No,
Like
that too.
heavyweight,
Yeah. Fabricio Werdum got his hand. Man, that was Dos Santos. Like, he just never quit.
Yeah.
Never.
Dude. I think like I was watching an interview. I've never actually watched an interview of his until recently. He's a very educated person.
Yeah, he
talks very intelligently.
I watched him on the Ultimate. He was on the Ultimate Fighter Heavyweights edition with Kimbo Slice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what degree black belt is he in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
No.
Pretty sure it's black.
Yeah, I knew it was black. I just didn't know if it was like first, second, or third.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, he's
that was his bread and butter until he started figuring out how the power that he had in his hands.
Yeah,
that
dude was
mean
freaking boss.
overhand.
Yep.
God, just send you to another planet.
I think I don't know. Like, have you followed much of the Bellator? What they're doing with this heavyweight?
Not much, man.
It's nuts. The way that they've got this
It's a whole
championship.
tournament. It's a whole tournament bracket style.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
And they're spreading the fights out across this entire year, and then the final match will be in December this year for the actual title.
That's awesome.
Because they didn't have a big heavyweight division at all in Bellator, and they don't have a champion. So this is to determine.
Good way to beef it up too.
Yeah, this is to determine who the champion is, which is, I mean, like something that I feel like they kind of invented this themselves, but the UFC should have done.
Yeah.
When they made the brand new featherweight division for women and only had Cyborg in it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And they didn't build it up. They just gave some fights to make her champion, and then that's it. You know.
Well, light heavyweight was running so strong there for the longest that people did not even realize how bad these other weight classes were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like heavyweight was going through quite a time at that period. You know, when you had this was right before John Jones just ran through the division. Back, you had Lyoto Machida, you had Rampage, you had Rashad, all the big money fights
Forrest
in the
Griffin.
UFC. Yeah, Forrest Griffin was in light heavyweight.
Yeah,
and it was good to see that division bulked up so much, but the rest of them divisions were doing awful at that point.
Welterweight was doing good, I think, just because they're so close. There was a welterweight that was doing pretty good. It had Matt Hughes and everybody in, but that was even before that. Like light heavyweight kind of jumped up.
Yeah, and then here comes John Jones, ending careers.
I know, just smashing left and right.
I don't even like John Jones, but man, he did some demolishing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it necessarily goes.
Lyoto Machida completely out cold.
Yeah,
just from a standing guillotine. Just
what Lyoto Machida did during that fight is the first time you've seen it ever happen. And after you've seen Lyoto Machida do it to him, John Jones' biggest weakness is if you got him stepping back and you keep him stepping back, he loses everything. He didn't have nothing because when he'd start stepping, he wouldn't circle with nothing. He's doing some amateur number, just stepping straight back. And there was one point in that fight, I remember being at Hooters in Clarksville watching that fight.
Yeah.
And Lyoto, his eyes lit up when he did it because he took that step back, and Lyoto, striking expert, knew exactly what to do, and followed him down, and that's when he got him that standing guillotine, when he got him up on the cage. John just...
and lifted him up, and it was game over.
It's one of the easiest things to defend, too. Like, it's hard to sit there and say, you should have done this, Lyoto Machida, former champion.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, I mean, no tunnel was in his mind, but I'll say this, it'd be hard for somebody to choke me out with a standing guillotine.
Yeah, dude, tuck your chin, man.
Not only that, if you got their head right here. If you throw that arm over their shoulder and plant this hand in their hip and that elbow on your hip, there's literally no... I've had like 250-pound men pick me up just to show them that you cannot do it.
Yeah.
I can sit there and hold a conversation while you're sitting there holding my body vaulted in there. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because all the pressure is on your actual hands.
Yeah, you're posturing up, essentially.
Yeah.
Making a box, you're creating space.
Techniques, man. Yeah, exactly. Just next time somebody gets me in standing guillotine.
That's one of the things we like to teach a lot because, I mean, typically, if you're defending yourself in a fight outside of the octagon or anything like that, somebody gets tired, they're going to grab for that. They're just going to reach for desperation. You see it all the time.
Yeah. Man, like, speaking of chokeouts, like, did you watch Brian Ortega's last fight?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, dude, he had
Cub Swanson.
Cub Swanson. Which, dude, that guy, for
Cub
me,
Swanson
he's such a
is
brawler.
phenomenal fighter.
He's a beast.
His striking is just so awkward, but so good.
Yeah, it's effective.
Yeah.
Very effective.
Well, like, Brian Ortega's fighting Frankie Edgar next UFC, so UFC 222 or whatever, and dude, it's almost kind of like a rematch for Brian Ortega. Like, Frankie Edgar is such a good striker, and he's got good stamina, you know, but, like, Brian Ortega's just got such a different stamina.
I mean, it's definitely, you know, sort of the striker versus grappler.
Yeah.
Or a submission expert, anyway. I mean, Frankie Edgar's got some phenomenal wrestling. I mean, he put it to use on Yair Rodriguez when they fought last time and just pounded him out, and Rodriguez was a tear.
How old is Frankie Edgar now? He has been around for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, yes. And he was schooling people whenever he was in his prime, man. And they're saying he's going for a title shot, so he's like running for the title again. I mean,
I think he can. I think he can run. I mean, this fight was supposed to be for the title, but Max Holloway got injured.
Oh yeah. Wait, Frankie Edgar was supposed to fight for the title? Really?
That's what this fight was supposed to be.
Dude, I did not know
Max
that.
Holloway got injured, and Brian Ortega stepped in.
Hey, that kid's got a future. Holloway.
Right. Yeah.
Man, he was so young. He was the young.
He was.
Don't quote me. I think he was the youngest one to ever sign in the UFC.
Yeah.
19 or 20.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then the only blemish on his record is Conor McGregor, but they fought to a decision.
I mean,
but I'm pretty sure, if I
blemish.
remember right, it was a very unanimous decision.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Conor McGregor was on another level in his featherweight run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Conor, he said it and he did it. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That's what made him so big. I mean, you had fighters like Chael Sonnen who would say it and not actually follow through.
Back it up.
But just about every single thing that came out of Conor McGregor's mouth, he followed through completely.
Don't tank like I tank.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't
just
tank.
Man, I don't know, but do you think that it's gonna end up happening? The McGregor-Mayweather MMA fight?
Man, I mean, I want it to.
Yeah.
I hope for Mayweather's sake that he's like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's just on drugs.
I hope for the fans' sake, man, that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I want to see Floyd Mayweather get punished.
Dude,
for
no joke.
stepping in
Yeah,
octagon and
exactly.
thinking that you can just swap up sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, McGregor learned his lesson. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, McGregor did good. McGregor didn't do as good as people thought.
Yeah.
Because Mayweather
Worked
knew
his
the
plan.
game
Exactly.
and wore him down and knew
Mhm.
that he wasn't ready beyond 5 rounds.
Well, it's like we were talking about, man. Like the fighting Matt, like you know what to plan for. He came out and said he was going to knock him out within 4 rounds. So if you get a fighter angry, you know what they're going to do. Swing for the fence, try to knock you out, and like he gassed.
And the way I say, he has nothing to prove. I mean,
Yeah.
his record in boxing alone is enough to hang it up on. But hey, as a mixed martial arts fan, I want to see you get smoked,
Me
just
too.
like James Toney against the oldest UFC veteran they had in the cage.
That was one of the funniest matchups
It was.
I've ever seen, because of the actual commentary going up to it from James Toney.
Yeah.
He was just so confident that he was going to go in there and blast Randy Couture with the
Against
haymaker.
Grandpa Couture.
Dude, and I'll tell you this. I guarantee you, like, 2 things. First, Mayweather better come out in boxing gears. And just, like, boxing shorts up to his nipples and
And the
freaking, like,
boots.
4 ounce. Yeah, and the
boots.
boots.
Yeah.
So he better come out just like that. But, dude, like, I honestly feel like they got a backstage agreement where they're like, look, let's not kick each other's asses too much. Let's just kind of keep it under the low key and get paid. Because they're both going to get, like, even... I mean, dude, just off of pay-per-view sales... They're going to make millions
Yeah,
again,
they can
so.
admit it or not, but Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather are the best business partners I've seen.
Yeah,
ever.
dude,
Ever.
exactly. My God, man.
I love, what was it, he said, Mayweather said something about you ain't got the money I got. He's like, I made it number 24 on Forbes. I'm doing all right.
Yeah. God.
Not many MMA fighters get to hit the Forbes list.
I know, man. I know. But, well, awesome, man. So, we're going to see you in April, huh?
April 21st. Be there.
First, VFW and Dixon, and you don't know yet who you're fighting? They haven't announced it yet?
No, they haven't got the full card out yet. They're just really just now starting to promote it.
Yeah.
So, it'll be about, give it a month.
Yeah.
And they'll have everything put together. It's all subject to change. You're going to have somebody back out. You're going to have somebody not show. Somebody overweight.
Overweight.
Definitely.
I'm going to ask you a quick question about that. As far as being overweight, how much do you feel like that plays into the fighter's advantage? If you come in, I mean, obviously there's the whole, pain on your body from just having to cut weight.
That's
so
my biggest deal. You got one part. It's so disrespectful on top of it too.
Yeah.
Like you got somebody across from you that worked really hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this guy does on his personal time. I know he's got kids.
Mm.
Don't make the commitment to come in here and lose weight and meet me at a certain weight. You should have said, "Hey, I'm not going to cut no weight. Meet me at 135."
Yeah.
And I'd have done that gladly. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just disrespectful. And that's the reason I'm not going to get to rematch him. It's not because I don't want to rematch him. The promoter's not going to put him back in there.
Yeah.
He is disgusted with him.
You
don't come into weigh-ins. Jose worked hard to get these weigh-ins together. They're at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's packed. It's hard on the staff at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's hard on Mary and Jose, and it's hard on the fighters cutting weight. And when you just kind of come in and spit in another fighter's face, like I said, I shouldn't have been as unhealthy as I was after the weight cut. But still, your body's fatigued a little bit after a weight cut. When you're walking in there fat and happy, it's kind of
exactly.
It's a spit in the face
to the promoter and the fighter.
So I mean, he obviously come in there full of energy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can tell. Crazy eyes over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm gonna drink this.
It just all depends really on the scenario. I mean, it can play out different for a 125er cutting weight like that. Way different from a 205-pounder.
Yeah.
It just all depends on the body and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just more disrespect than anything.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going in here to fight. You don't have to disrespect me.
Yeah, exactly.
We can take this up in the cage.
Yeah. There you go, man. Well, awesome, dude. So I guess we're going to see you at the fight. We'll probably maybe get you in here a couple more times before then, at least once for sure, and be able to talk over, what your strategy is, how you kind of progress between now and then. And,
support local fighters.
Yes.
In today's economy, they need all the help they can get.
Exactly. These guys ain't doing it for, they're out there for fun. That's it. So just get out there and show your support. They ain't doing it for money.
Not just that, man.
They ain't there.
Yeah. I mean, not just the support, the atmosphere. Going to a local fight, man. Like, if you go to this VFW fight that we're talking about, it's a fun freaking atmosphere,
yes,
man.
It is.
Everybody there's a fight fan. You're a good company. And
kid friendly. Bring your kids.
Yeah. They're kid fights, man.
Yeah.
How old are the kids that are doing these?
7, 8 years old.
Yes.
Starting early. I mean, how lucky.
I know, man. Can you imagine having that training? I
think all of us can agree that if we could all go back, we would choose that.
Yeah.
To go back and just be in the studying and all of that, be in it right then.
Yeah. I'd have never played football. Football would have been non-existent.
Yeah. Man.
So,
I'm telling you.
These kids got it made.
No joke, man. All right, brother. Well, we will see you in freaking April, and
we'll be there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Woo! Yeah. That's all I got.